south of the border on a Monday night. It's The Coach. This is Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, the NFL has traveled to Mexico, and they're going to be treated to one of the best games of the entire year, as we'll see the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers. I'll be back at halftime, but first we head down to Estadio Azteca, 7,200 feet above sea level, as we say hola to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Tonight, it's another installment of the International Series, and we've got a good one on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers' all-time passing leader, Phillip Rivers, who's been their starter since 2006, trotting onto the field. And I'll tell you what, he may be just a couple of years from 40, but he can still do it. You look back to 2018, some people were whispering MVP and Rivers in the same breath with what he did in that campaign. Especially impressive in 2 December primetime victories, one against the Steelers, one against the division rival Chiefs. And although things ended not quite how they wanted in the playoffs to New England, Phillip Rivers still feels like he has a lot left in the tank. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
It's always fun to check in on the Chargers with Melvin Gordon's carrying the football. And in 2018, he averaged over 5 yards per attempt. But even more importantly, he put the ball in the end zone 14 times, his best scoring season in his young career.
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler, trying to run inside, but nothing there. Darren Lee there to get him down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll or chip away at their timing.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Rivers looking for Inman deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Watch out for Hill on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Patrick Mahomes, in his 3rd season now out of Texas Tech. And few players have had the spotlight focused on them quite like Patrick Mahomes. But this is a guy that says he wants that attention. He's okay with a target on his back. We saw how electric he can be in 2018, and he wants to continue that into 2019 and beyond. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Dancing to his left. They complete it to Hill. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
In 2018, the Chiefs were looking for help in their offensive line, and they received it from guard Andrew Wiley, a formerly undrafted free agent. He settled in as a mainstay at guard and mauled people on the offensive line. They expect big things out of him in 2019 and beyond.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you? That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing.
And he will try, but he can't. He can't escape the end zone. Gordon is taken down, and it's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
We got this.
And now here comes Kansas City. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They'll buy some time right. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Throwing quickly, Mahomes gets this out to Watkins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelce. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 21. Kelce, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, it's complete to Robinson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Mahomes now on first down. Forced out, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go play action. Now Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Rivers now. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, it's 9-0. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Brandon Mebane able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running. Because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of... And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. That's a tough combination to defend. You know Patrick Mahomes has the big arm, and he's got the elusiveness and the speed. So even though you force him from the pocket, he's still dangerous.
Bad idea, in my opinion, to force him from the pocket. Do everything possible to hem him in and make him make the throws from right there in the center of it. And look, we know he's got the big arm. You just noted that. But when he gets outside, it puts so much stress on your defense trying to locate where receivers are, make sure you're covering them, and he can throw the ball the length of the field. So you just tell a receiver, just keep going. He'll find him, and he did there.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Looking to throw again on second down. Rivers off the edge. The sack by Reggie Ragland.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They go play action. Rivers. And that is incomplete.
That's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here's Hill on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And he's been pretty good under the lights here tonight, hasn't he, partner?
He certainly has, and I applaud him for that because I don't know what it's like for you, but to me, preparing for a night game involves a little bit more. Trying to hold your intensity, hold that edge throughout an entire day of waiting to get out there and play. You know, the meetings, what time you're going to eat, all of those things. He's harnessed it very well. It's turning in a nice performance.
Yeah, he's closing in on 100 yards. For me, it's all about the afternoon nap for a night game.
I like the way you prep.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Sheds another. Kiss him goodbye, Travis Benjamin. Touchdown, Allen. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change the way he lines up, put him in motion, and
now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Phillip Rivers and his Chargers about ready to take over again. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. And he's been effective and they're winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent. And, of course, the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball, too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well. And right now, he's the focal point of it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what...
This is caught at the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 76 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder that we'll have more football here on EA Sports coming up Thursday night with the start of Week 12. We'll be, about 1,000 miles north of here and back down at sea level as well to watch the Colts and the Texans in Houston. Two playoff teams from a year ago. They'll do battle with kickoff at 8:20 Eastern Time.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He completes it to Henry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Gordon, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought.
Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry here from McCoy. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Desmond King making the tackle. From the 16, Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw is Rivers. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run it here with Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And down right around the 37. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now Rivers. Caught by Allen. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reggie Ragland, his 2nd sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Let's go, Abby.
On third down, Rivers able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up fourth down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Badgley able to knock this one through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On play action, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Butker now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A second down throw for Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. They'll run on first down. It's McCoy, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He is going to find Hill here.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state. I'll make it rain out here. They go back to the ground with McCoy. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out come the Chargers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Block 15! Check tight, check tight, check tight. White, 89!
2nd down, Rivers. He's got Allen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Rivers. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, Are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now here's Inman bringing in the pass. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's able to find Inman. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. A first down throw here for Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rivers on the money, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing again on second down. Rivers. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That catch good for only a yard, and it will be third down. Third and short yardage, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. To throw again on second down. Rivers, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll throw again. Rivers. And that one incomplete as it breaks a string of 8 straight pass completions. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again to McCoy. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything.